Hey, what is going on, Blue Line Fitness community? Coach Justin here, the Cops Coach. And today is our first video of the series, Tactical Kiss, Keep It Simple, Stupid, nutrition series, where you can eat like a thick cop, no calorie counting, no boring meals, or BS. So, this video is going to be for you. If you are a cop dad who is wanting to lose 15, 20 pounds of the dad bod, but you have a challenge with your eating, whether that is not knowing what to eat, whether it's you work night shift and all those nice munchies of the night shift are enticing, whether that's, hey, like, how do I make meals that my family will love, where I don't have to have 14 Tupperwares of the same chicken, rice, and broccoli. So if this would appeal to you, just comment or DM or just comment below. I'm all in. Flex emoji. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching in the Facebook group, just again, put in the comments along the way what resonates. Put your questions in there. Even when you're watching on YouTube, just put in the comments some of your some questions. So, why I wanted to record this series, because again, I've done some like market research, reaching out to many cops on Messenger of like, what would be some trainings that would help you the most. And one of the options was, with our eating. Because how many of us, when we think about losing body fat or exercise, and if we're not seeing the results that we want, we just go straight to the exercise. I'm not working out enough. If that's you, maybe put that in the comments. Like, that's your first thought. Like, it must be the exercise program. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm a strength and fitness coach at heart, and I love talking about workouts. But here's the deal, like, let's just say that even if you worked out every single day of the week, that is just 7 decision points, whether that you get it right or wrong. Okay? Whereas if you eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 times where you could get it right or get it wrong. And if you're in the Facebook group, if you haven't seen my training, if you're a cop dad who feels like they're eating healthy but not losing the weight, the common mistake, I'll make sure it's in the guides section, but definitely want to check out that video. But when you're not consistent, where if you have like a cheat meal one day, you have like a donut another day, or if you have like a cheat day, it can throw off your entire week. And you could work out every single day, but like even of those 21 decision points, 4 out of the 7 decision points, and it could throw off your weight loss and fat loss. So that's why like nutrition, number 1, is so important. Also, it's just a lot of information out there with eating. While there's a lot of good information, but sometimes there's too much information. Some of it's contradicting. How many of you have been there where it's like everything that you like read might be like contradicting? Like, there might be one expert that says carnivore is great, and then there's another expert that says carnivore is trash. Keto is great, keto is trash. Like, how many of you then feel like it's very confusing on what to do? Eating right is paying off the most of me in the weight loss stage. Nice. Thank you, Rick, for that. Again, eating right is going to see that fat loss, weight loss. Exercise is going to help, but you're going to see more of a payoff when you clean up your eating. I know for some of my students, Rick is a great example here, where when he dialed in his eating, he saw the fat loss. When there are some students who just kind of want to focus on the exercise and didn't commit to the eating, they saw subpar results. Okay? So in this training, I want to keep it simple. I'm going to show you like some of the basics that I did where I lost 15 pounds in just 2 months, and just some of these basic nutrition stuff, so that way you can implement it whether you are working 40 hours a week or up to 80 hours a week like some of my students. You're a dad or a parent of 2 kids, 5 kids, And you want to make eating part of your life, not like run your life like a bodybuilder where you're putting everything in a MyFitnessPal app. You're making the same chicken, rice, and broccoli every single night to avoid all that. So if that is you, put like hell yeah in the comments and we can get this rolling. Now, if only, because I'm streaming this live straight from the group, if only like Facebook would allow me to share screen. But a lot of this that you can get in a written form in my Tactical KISS nutrition guide. So if you haven't gotten that guide, just put in the comments KISS, in all caps, put in the comments KISS, and I'll send you the link to my Tactical KISS nutrition guide. So there's two things that people want to know: the what and the how much. Now, inside that guide is it's a PDF where it lays out like almost like a stoplight. Think of like green, yellow, and red, where it shows like green foods, like all the best proteins, carbs, and fats. And then yellow is like pretty good proteins, carbs, and fats. And red food, proteins, carbs, and fats. If you find that helpful, put in the comments like, what should I eat? But I'm going to talk about more about portions and then portion control. And then how using like the 2x2x2 method can be a great starting point for you. So put in the comments 2x2x2 or 2x2x2. Okay. So when I look at my plate, and this is what I teach my students, when I look at my plate, what most people do before the program, they just think like pasta and they think cheeseburgers and they just kind of like just get that thing. When I have a meal, so like tonight we're having chicken tacos. Okay, who all loves tacos? Me. I don't know. I haven't met a person who doesn't love tacos. But when I think of like the meal chicken tacos, the first thing I am like, okay, boom, where's my protein? So put in the comments protein. Okay, and then without having to weigh it or measure it, hold up your palm, look at the diameter and the thickness. And when this works, if you eat like if you eat 3 meals a day. So if you eat 3 meals a day, you want 2 palm portions of protein. So when I have my chicken tacos tonight, I want to have enough chicken where it'd be like 2 palms. So put in the comments 2 palms of protein. That is your first, what you put on your plate. Then secondly, everyone's favorite, you're going to have 2 fists of vegetables. Put in the comments veggies. Everyone's favorite, right? Now, if you do not like vegetables, put in the comments, I love veggies. And I will send to you another free guide to 3 ways that you can get to love your vegetables. Okay. Now, we all know why vegetables are important, right? I mean, obviously it has a lot of the good micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals, but also like it's like low calorie. It's a great filler for your stomach. And I guess to keep a long story short, maybe everyone's heard of 75 hard. If you've heard of 75 hard, put in the comments 75 hard. And if you've done 75 hard, like just how did you feel about it? Now, if you've done 75 hard for 75 straight days, one of the 6 rules is that you can pick whatever like nutrition plan you want, but whatever you start with, you just stick with. My wife went with a certain like calorie count that she followed each day. For me, my main focus was just at each meal, I need to have a serving of fruits or vegetables, and at least once a day, I'd have a salad. I just focused on that because I knew like, okay, with all my other meals, I'm laying out what I'm doing for you, having my protein first, getting a really good amount of vegetables each day. And just by focusing on my veggies, then I was able to drop like 15 pounds in like 75 days, along with my exercise and all that kind of stuff. But I also felt a lot better. So having in your veggies, so I'm having chicken tacos tonight. I can cut up some spinach. I can cut up some bell peppers and onions and tomatoes and all this stuff that I could have in my chicken tacos. Or, if you want to have a lot of vegetables, and you have a taco salad. Okay? So put in the comments 2 fists of veggies. Okay? So that's the first 2 by 2. And the last 2 is a combination between your carbs and your fats. Okay? So now put in the 2 combo carbs and fats. For your carbs, like a serving of carbs, like you have a cupped hand like this. Okay? Carbs such as slices of whole grain bread, your potatoes, your rice, pasta. And then it says on the guide like thumbs of fat, but now like if you were to have a thumb of like cashews or almonds, you're gonna have what? 5 cashews? If you look at an actual bag of nuts, was almonds, pistachios, cashews, it'll give you like a weight, but also like it gives you approximate. It might say like 25 nuts, 28 cashews. Well, if it's like olives or nuts, I would do like the handful. But where the thumbs come into play is if you have fats of like your cooking oils, olive oil, avocado oil, or butters. So that's where thumbs come into play there for your fats. But it's a combination. What I've also done, like if I have, say, pasta, which I'm having tomorrow night. If I'm having a meal where I treat it like a teeter-totter with my fats. If I have high carbs, I'm going to make sure I have low fats. If I have high fats, which might happen, like if you have a lot of red meat, it can be good fat in there, but still, nonetheless, still higher fat. I'm going to make sure I have low carbs. Or you have something with a lot of, when you're cooking it with a lot of olive oil, butters, make sure that you keep your carbs low. So that's for the portion control. 2 by 2 by 2 to recap. 2 servings of palm serving proteins, diameter and thickness. 2 fists of veggies. And the last 2, a combo of 2 servings between your carbs, which is a cupped handful, and fats, which if it's like cooking oils, butters, thumb size, or if it's like nuts and olives, a cupped hand. Now, why has this been helpful for even my students? Well, because let's just say that you have like, we'll just say if you go to a Mexican restaurant for tacos or whatever, you're going to load up maybe on rice or tortilla shells and all this kind of stuff. And then you don't have as much protein or veggies to fill you up. And then we can, especially with the veggies part, and then we overconsume on carbs and fats. Or I'm having pasta tomorrow night. Instead of what I normally do with pasta, then I have my chicken on the side. And then I put like my vegetables, saute up some broccoli or steam it per se. And then I put my noodles on. What people would do wrong with pasta is they have their plate and they just load it with the pasta. And then maybe if they put their meat on it, and then just a little bit of veggies. And then you overconsume on calories. So if you want a keep it simple, stupid way of dropping the body fat and dropping weight without having to count calories or macros, prioritize your protein, then your veggies, even like fruit, while I'd be like in the carbs category, but fruit is going to be better than if you overconsume like pasta or rice because it's still lower calories. But if you prioritize protein, veggies, and or fruit, then you worry about your carbs. That's going to go a long ways. So put in the comments your biggest takeaways, not only that, but what you can implement. Again, it's not like I don't record these videos, guys, for you to be like, oh, it's just great information to have. What did you learn from this where you can implement? Also, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them in the comments. If there's any specific trainings you wanted me to do, put them in the comments. If you have not gotten my Tactical KISS nutrition guide, put in the comments KISS. And next week in the series, we are going to cover, it's like, all right, Justin, you told me what I should be eating and how much. Now we're going to cover like the difference between meal prepping and meal planning. I feel like we hear this word a lot, meal prep, meal prep, meal prep. But people kind of forget the meal planning part. And honestly, for me, I do a lot more meal planning than meal prepping. If you look in my fridge, I don't have like 14 Tupperwares of the same chicken, rice, and broccoli, the same meal every single day. So we're going to show you how I help my students meal plan and meal prep so that way, when you're going to your heavy week of work or you are running all over the place for kids, sporting events, dance recitals, extracurriculars, you can take this helpful information of what I should be eating and how much and actually implement it so you can stay consistent, so you can feel healthier, get in shape, and lose that body fat. Again, put in the comments your biggest takeaways, KISS for my Tactical KISS nutrition guide, and I will see you all next week at 1300 Central Time next Thursday. Peace.